Hey, you ever sit down with a bunch of free time, hoping to find the perfect game to sink hours into, but instead you waste it all looking for that game, and end up watching drama videos on YouTube?
Budahar is gay.
Yeah, that's happened to me more times than Mr. Beast being cancelled. But after all that suffering, I finally found the cure, buried in my Steam library, bought for $5 on a sale 5 years ago: Monster Hunter World. A game that unapologetically rewards animal abuse with pure dopamine. I got addicted instantly. Yeah, I know Monster Hunter Wilds is a thing, but there are too many reasons why I chose World. 1, I already have it somehow, and 2, I am broke. Quick disclaimer to all my fans, I know this isn't the usual Overwatch slop I put out, but I need a break. Not just from Overwatch, from PvP games in general. For me right now, it's all sweat, rage and toxicity, and barely any fun left. And I wanna share with you guys my experience with the game. That's the complete opposite of that. Something you can tell was made with real love and care for the player, unlike for the monsters in it. So I'd gladly appreciate if you let me show it to you, or remind those who already played it just how fun it really is. And who knows, maybe it will turn you into a brutal monster hunting addict like me. I don't even remember the last time I touched grass. So, what is Monster Hunter? At first glance from the title alone, you might think you're hunting monsters in this game. But after putting in a few dozen hours and getting used to your comically large weapon, it becomes very clear you are the real monster here. Because I don't care how many times I have to break every single bone in this goofy looking bird's body. I'm getting that funny hat with +5 crit chance, so I can keep abusing animals, just more efficiently. And that's basically your whole routine that will make your eyes glow. You find an armor piece that makes you an even bigger menace to monster society. Check which unlucky lizard drops the parts for it, and then proceed to harass it with 0% sympathy and 1000% hatred. And God help that poor thing if it doesn't drop what I need on the first try, because it knows I won't be satisfied until I get what I want. Although it sounds super repetitive, it never gets boring or frustrating, because almost everything in this game is just perfect. The beasts, the combat, the whole environment. Like sometimes, while I'm tracking a specific monster, I'll run into some random dude just minding his own business. I don't need any of his parts, I could just leave him alone. But no, I will beat the living shit out of him for the crime of breathing my air. Not because I'll get some cool reward, not because the game told me to. I just do it because it's fun, and because I'm a total psychopath. Not every beast will let you talk to them like that though. A lot of them are actually pretty damn strong. That was my whole health bar. But we'll get to them a bit later. Let's talk about the world itself first. This messed up nature documentary unfolds across 5 massive maps, all unique and packed with cool stuff to explore, environmental traps to abuse, haha you dumb fucking dinosaur,
I tried to sneak through the door, man.
and a rotating cast of unlucky monsters to slaughter. Hunting in these places is such a vibe, it genuinely feels like I've been here 1,000 times. Yeah, just casually taking a dump next to that Raytheon nest, location of which is now a core memory. Not exactly for good reasons though. So how do you hunt monsters in this game? First you find any traces that giant loot box has left behind, then you track it down, and then you open it using some morally questionable choices. And honestly, I really like that idea. It's not just fight the same boss in a tiny area over and over again. You actually feel like a hunter in this game. And what really helps is that Capcom absolutely cooked with these maps. You can run around, explore, hunt smaller creatures that just happen to have delicious meat inside them, which you can use to craft poison bait for monsters that is capable of even putting some of them to sleep. Or you can just cook it for yourself. Yes, literally. Sit and cook. And depending on how well you cook it, you get more stamina when you eat it. And Monster Hunter has a lot of those weird but cool details. There are also different types of rocks, plants and bugs you can pick up and use as slinger ammo, either to lure an unexpected monster like a cat chasing a laser into a trap, or just to piss them off for fun. You can also fish, gather plants, mine minerals. There is a lot of thought and detail in every small bit, and the best part, all of it helps you torture the local ecosystem even more. All those materials you gather, they let you craft a lot of cool stuff, like let's say flesh pots.
Think fast, chuckle nuts!
Little grenades that interrupt monsters and blind them for a few seconds, buying you some time to heal or sharpen your weapon for maximum pain infliction. Yeah, that little meter, that's your weapon sharpness. The duller your blade, the less damage you do. So keep that meter up, because we all love seeing those big fat yellow numbers. But sharpening takes time, and doing it mid-fight, not ideal. So there are even ways to deal with that. Like there are a lot of different armor parts that will give you skills related to sharpening. What's next? A set that gives you skills to finally pull some bitches? Remember I said there's fishing? You probably thought it was just for making food or something, right? Wrong. If you catch a wet fish, it drops wet fish scales. A little item that sharpens your weapon way faster. I know it's a small weird detail, but it fits the game perfectly and really shows how much work the developers put into this masterpiece. I don't know, maybe it's just me, but I really love these small details in everything. They just make it way easier to get immersed. Another super important part of surviving in this godforsaken world is making potions. You're gonna get hit a lot in this game. So to deal with the aftermath, you gotta heal. Whether it's your healing gadgets, environmental HP restores, or the most common way, medkits. You'll be slurping on those more than I slurp on alcohol. You can also craft all kinds of boosts and resistances, and of course, the ones that give you damage.
Oh, yeah.
I've got a whole hotbar stacked with buffs, all just to make me hit harder than a horse on steroids. And in moments like that, I really appreciate all the foraging and farming I did earlier. But my personal favorite thing to make, out of everything I've gathered, bombs. And I'm not talking about some weak firecrackers from your local 7-Eleven, I mean literal barrels of gunpowder, the kind that deliver more satisfaction than gambling with your life savings. Drop 2 of those next to a sleeping monster and watch it wake up to a pure hellfire. Makes me smile every single time. Some stuff you can obviously craft from plants and mushrooms, but some you have to buy from this guy, that always makes sure I don't run out of parts for mega bombs. Okay, let's finally talk about the monsters, and why I absolutely love them, most of them. This game throws a massive variety of oversized pissed off lizards at you, more than enough to keep your bloodthirsty ass occupied for hours. At the start of the game, it will put you up against some simple monsters that will give you plenty of time to learn how to move around and time your attacks and dodges. But as you progress in the story, you would learn how to run for your life, especially if you are not prepared. Jesse! And all the monsters are insanely well designed. They all have their own personalities, attack patterns and weaknesses, which you can actually track in your hunter's journal if you study those bastards long enough, like some creepy ass monster stalker. Those monsters don't just look cool, they look wearable. Like the second you see one, you're already imagining it as armor. And the way they behave, how they react to you, the environment or each other. Yeah, most of them throw hands on sight just to assert dominance, and honestly, I never interrupt. I just sit back and enjoy the beef like it's Discovery Channel. Except for the dragons. Those bastards will team up on you like it's a family reunion. Like, I can't stress enough how much I hate Raytheon. There I am trying to learn the great sword for the first time, but uh-oh, this piece of shit had other plans. And of course he blocks it. So yeah, every monster feels super unique and alive, until you get to them. The only Monster Hunter type game I played before was Dauntless, rest in peace. It was a great game, I've had over 500 hours in that thing. And yeah, I know I'm comparing a free-to-play game to this, but hear me out, it never had the same level of detail as Monster Hunter. It felt more like I was killing a Dark Souls boss, not hunting a monster. And I think it's mainly because it lacked the effort Capcom poured into making this world feel so alive. Oh, a giant dinosaur NPC. Cool, I guess.
Holy shit, it just drank water!
See how much difference it makes? Plus, the combat with them is super fun. There are so many beautiful ways to send these creatures straight to heaven. Actually, no, not heaven. Those damn dragons, or wyverns or whatever, they are going straight to hell where they belong. So, the combat. You can break their limbs, interrupt their attacks, stun them, eat them. Or my personal favorite, sing them a sweet lullaby and gently put them to sleep. Just so you can charge up the heaviest hit possible straight into their dumb animal skull. Yeah, once again, the title definitely misleads you. You can even leap on top of any monster and start aggressively stabbing them like they owe you money. Just look how cool is that. There's an endless list of ways to take out your anger on whatever poor animal crosses your path, and that's probably what keeps me so entertained. And those monsters, they are not stupid either. Once you beat them down to like 25% HP, they start limping away like they're about to shit themselves, dropping these red parts, begging you to leave them alone so those bastards could heal up at their nest. But you and I both know, you're not leaving, because you're built for chasing. You can slide down hills, climb vines, swing like Spider-Man on these weird flying bugs, or chuck a rock at some random bird and force it to give you a lift. Just make sure you don't lose track of the monster, or it will go heal up, and we want to keep their health low, and if we do so, you can capture them and haul them back to Astera, where your bodies will do all kinds of unspoken things to it. But hey, at least you get more parts this way. It's like Pokemon. If Pokemon ended with your Pikachu getting disassembled at HQ. All you need is a shock trap and 2 tranq bombs that you will throw while this poor thing is absorbing 200 volts of electricity. Do it right and boom, monster captured. It is faster, cleaner, and sometimes gives you more loot, I think. Oh, and I have a pro tip for you. When a monster drops that second part, it means it's ready to be captured, but it knows your intentions. It's gonna screech like a 5-year-old in a Roblox brainrot lobby when you steal their Tuntun Sahur or whatever. Desperately trying to shock you and run. What it doesn't know is that they always carry 3 reasons it ain't going anywhere. And by reasons, I mean flashpots.
Think fast! If you're quick, you can blind it just in time and capture it right there. I just saved you 2 minutes of Scooby-Doo chase scenes. Don't thank me. Just make sure you're only trying to capture them after the second red part drops, or even the third one, but not the first. Cause it won't work, and you'll just waste your shock trap like a dumbass. Which honestly isn't a big problem, if your Palico can place another one. Huh? You wanna know who is Palico? Those cute little cats working minimum wage all over Astera? Yeah, those are Palicos. Loyal little furballs that'll help you with pretty much anything. Scouting, gathering, even waking your ass up when needed. They'll drag your beat up body off the battlefield after you get absolutely violated. They even cook your food. They are not just adorable sidekicks, they are ride-or-die companions and cold-blooded murderers that won't even blink going up against monsters 10 times their size. Don't let the fluffy paws and silly whiskers fool you. Palicos hit hard, especially with the right loadout. You can also gear them up however you like, with different skills that give them different abilities, like healing, buffing or distracting. I gave mine a flash cage, so he just keeps blinding everything within a 10 football field radius. It works especially well on any flying bozos, keeping them grounded and making the fight way less of a nightmare. Yeah, f*** Raytheon and all his stupid relatives. All my homies hate wyverns. And the more your little body uses a gadget, the faster it levels up, unlocking more overpowered abilities and making hunts smoother over time. Eventually, your Palico won't just flashbang stuff. He'll set down shock traps that can also be used for captures. Or even mines that deal absurd amount of damage. I don't know where he got that thing, but I'm too afraid to ask. What I love to do at the start of some fights is throw on the Gil Mantle so the monsters would completely ignore me, and then I unleash all 3 of my trap cards. At this point, Monster Hunter isn't just a hunting game, it's stealth and strategy. You can also find wild Palicos around the map. If you let your cat talk to them, they'll join you in battle, and trust me, it can be super useful. They also have some abilities, but my personal favorite ones are paralyzing your enemies and enslaving smaller monsters to fight for you.
There's a whole list of war crimes these little demons can commit. I won't be even surprised if they can use the main expansion. But gear or not, it's just nice having someone by your side the whole time. If you're playing solo, you can always count on your little guy. That's why Palicos aren't just troops or working cats, they're a family. And messing with my family is messing with my 5-ton hammer. So, what does killing monsters actually give you? Aside from a massive testosterone boost and the sweet dopamine after every hunt, you get the drip. Monsters drop parts that turn into some finest weapons and armor that look absolutely beautiful and barely realistic. That is fire. Even my cat be looking fresh. After every monster you slay, you'll be speeding through school zones just to get to the smithy, to see what new set you unlocked, how it looks, and of course, what kind of cracked bonuses it gives. Aside from defense and elemental resistances, armor you can make is packed with skills that make all kinds of tasks easier. I mean all. Sharpening, eating, knocking teeth out, riding pigs. Oh, and you can upgrade your armor using armor spheres, which you mostly get from events and bounties. I'll talk about them later. It takes kinda long to farm spheres, so don't waste all of them on the first armor piece you think looks cool. And spheres just boost the defense stat, the skills themselves don't level up. So don't expect them to jump from 1 to 5 just by dumping spheres. You'll have to combine different parts from different monsters a lot to max out a skill you want. The whole skill list is like 7 pages long. You got your basics like attack boost or health increase, but then you got pretty specific ones, like eat faster, sharpen quicker, you get the idea. And to my surprise, I actually used some of those. For example, early on, I ran a gathering loadout, so I could hoover up half of the ecosystem and always have mats for my favorite mega barrel bombs. And once I was done with farming, I swapped back into my monster murdering machine loadout. That looks like this. Yeah, it's not the highest rank armor, but that's the beauty of it. You don't need some sweaty meta build to wreck monsters. Nothing is forced, everything just flows. There's so much room for creativity.
Say goodbye to your kneecaps, chucklehead.
My build? Nothing fancy, just pure disrespect. Weakness exploit for those juicy crits on soft spots, and slugger to do more bonk damage. Both perfect if you pick the same weapon I did. The hammer. Okay, first let's actually talk about the weapons. Monster Hunter World hands you 14 types of absolutely unhinged tools for your lizard slaying crusade, each one built for a different kind of maniac. They've got a learning curve, sure, but once you get it down, they're insane. They make you feel like a total badass. You got dual blades from that Levi from Attack on Titan Fantasy. Fast, flashy, non-stop slicing. I can tell you that this is not my weapon, because I got my ass kicked a lot while using these.
See you, chump.
You also got that big anime katana that turns your game into a hell yeah simulator. And for full immersion, whenever I chug a potion in game, I chug one in real life too. But instead of demon drug, it's beer. You also have Greatsword, a giant slab of iron straight out of Berserk, slow but hits like a truck. If you don't get interrupted 10 million times while charging that perfect hit, because apparently every f***ing monster in this game has a sixth sense for when I'm about to land an attack that took 3 guide videos, 2 failed hunts and 1 existential crisis to figure out. But when it lands... Holy shit! Hopping those giant damage numbers should be illegal. This thing also blocks damage harder than you block reasons to shower. This has gotta be my second favorite weapon. Like, just look at how satisfying that is. Waiting was never such a meta. You even got guns for my American audience. The variety is crazy. Comment which one you use the most and with what perks. Mine is the hammer. There is honestly no way to describe how satisfying it is to smack something with this giant thing. It's so simple to use, yet it bonks so hard. Monsters forget basic motor functions. Every swing hits like a freight train and lights up my brain like a slot machine. I'm addicted. I've played so much with this thing, I can predict where the monster will end up 5 swings in the future. I need to go outside. And the best part, it's not just fun, it's effective, because like 90% of the monsters are weak to one specific element: brain damage. You can make a lot of different weapons in this game, with different stats and elements. You craft them using parts from monsters you slay, and upgrade them with even more monster parts. No spheres involved. And the ones I usually make are the ones that have sleep element on them. It's perfect for heavy weapons, because after hitting a monster for a bit, it'll just pass out. And the first hit you'll deal to this sleepy ass will deal twice more damage. So yeah, that's the perfect time to drop your mega barrels and treat yourself with that fat damage number. Even your Palico can help with this prank. Give them a sleepy weapon too, so the element builds up even faster. That's just my way of playing though. You can roll however you want with the quadrillion other builds, weapons and status effects this game has to offer. And that's exactly what I'm about to do. Learn other weapons, try different builds, and find even more creative ways to abuse the locals. I also want to finish all the side quests I've been ignoring, and only after that I will allow myself to start the Iceborn DLC. A little side note, I just did. Please someone help. I am super excited for it because I've heard it adds a ton of new content, and I would love me some more killing missions. Speaking of which, let's talk about the missions in this game. Alright, this is your dashboard. It shows you all the different ways to absolutely ruin a monster's day. You can also talk to Handler, but I am afraid of women. Besides the main story, you've also got optional quests, which give you cash and some neat rewards. Man's best friend. I really miss my old pet, the days we spent going to the park playing fetch. I long for that companionship, that loyalty. Please go out and find me a new one. Okay, this is not a dog. This is not a dog! And here's a pro tip. Do every single side quest from this dude. He'll unlock upgrades for this giant tree. That thing gives you unlimited mushrooms. That's all you need to know. And don't ignore these buffed cat's quests either, because they unlock ingredients. Ingredients for what, you may ask? Well, cooking. Yeah, Monster Hunter has a full-on cooking system. And it's not just for vibes, it's legit useful. If you're still watching the video at this point, first of all, thank you, seriously. I appreciate your interest in my bloodlust for fictional beasts. Second, here's probably the biggest tip I can give you. Eat before every hunt. I'm not kidding. I'm convinced this game was secretly made by Gordon Ramsay. So here's what you do. Head over to this big cat and eat a meal of your choice before a mission. You will get this cool funny cutscene. And some juicy buffs. You can eat near the tent when you're already in a mission, but be prepared to get jump scared by a woman. If you don't care about the ingredients system, or if you have a life, just pick the chef's choice platter or any of those below. They will give you all the health and stamina you'll need. But if you want to get the most of it, you can make your own meal using different ingredients to boost specific stats. I know, there's a whole skill tree for food. I'm still gathering all the ingredients in the game, so I can't really recommend you any. All you need to know is that there's a food skill that turns your normal barrel bombs into mega barrel bombs. I know, this is just beautiful. There's way more cool stuff cooking can get you, but I'll let you unlock and explore that yourself. Otherwise, this video would turn into a full documentary. As I said earlier, all these ingredients you unlock by doing the canteen's optional quests. And the best part, meals are dirty cheap. I always pay with my money because I've got an easy way to farm cash. It involves another type of mission from the dashboard. Event quests. Now, I think event quests were made while devs were high on LSD. Not in a bad way. Like the one I used to farm cash. It gives you 54,000 for fighting pigs. Seems pretty easy, right? Turns out they can one-shot you like it's nothing, but I've mastered this cursed game mode. I know all their moves. Okay, most of them. So I can clear it pretty reliably now. They also drop these shiny golden eggs you can sell for 20k each. One time I walked out with 3 of them from one run. They also give you a bunch of advanced armor spheres. So yeah, easy money and upgrades. 1k likes and I'm dropping a course on my secret pro pig slaying technique. And there are also investigations. You get them from these guys over here. Just walk up, open this menu and hit tab to sort by the monster you wanna bully. pick the one with the best rewards, then head over to your good old dashboard, lock in your unlucky target, and remind them who's on top of the food chain. It's basically a simple mission, but at the end, you get bonus loot that can really help you get the part you're grinding for. Your mother is next. Thank God. There you go. These guys also hand out bounties, basically mini side quests that reward you with armor spheres upon completion. Most of them are stuff like mine 10 ores or capture 2 monsters or overthrow the government. Super basic, and you usually finish them just by playing normally. And there is also expedition. Basically it's open world. You can run around, explore, gather, hunt, vibe, do whatever you want for as long as you want. Because there is no usual 50-minute time limit like on other missions. You can stay here forever. So yeah, between these and the regular quests, you've got more than enough to keep you entertained for weeks. Monster Hunter World has way more depth and detail than I expected. I tried showing you guys parts of this game that got me totally hooked, and honestly I barely scratched the surface. The only real downside? The UI. You can tell this was made with console players in mind. No search button on PC is criminal. And yeah, you'll probably end up watching YouTube guides or googling how to play sometimes. But trust me, it is worth it. The mechanics, the weapon combos, the builds, it's all complicated at the start, but it rewards the time you put in by making you feel like a total badass. If I had to rank this game out of 10, I'd say it's a solid 9.9. You know why. One day I hope to get Wilds just to see if they kept the same magic. But for now, I'm happy feeding my dopamine addiction with everything World has to offer. So highly recommend grabbing this game. It's like $5 on a sale. You can get it by robbing people. I really want to share my upcoming Iceborn experience with you guys, because making this one was a lot of fun, but also very time consuming. And since I'm going through a lot right now, I can't promise it will be soon. But if you want to see me bully oversized ice lizards, leave a like, subscribe, all that funny stuff. So thanks for watching and see ya!